Modern women hate accountability and will come up with any excuse to avoid it. No different for Samantha Peer, a teacher out of Arizona. She and her husband lost their jobs after making an OnlyFans account. Not only that, they filmed in her classroom. Now the teacher released a video for people to feel sorry for them, blaming the school district for not paying them enough money.
Arizona is currently ranked 50th state as lowest paid teacher salary. I created a content at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for our basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state.
Yeah, I know this is absolutely crazy. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. And if you're watching from Arizona, go ahead and drop Arizona below in the comments. So here's Samantha Peer. She used to be a middle school science teacher with the Lake Havasu Unified School District in Arizona. That was until she decided to participate in relations with her husband on video. And if that wasn't bad enough, releasing that online, they even videoed themselves inside of her classroom. Yeah, on top of one of her students' desks. The students saw the tape that was on OnlyFans that made its way to TikTok and IG as Samantha Peer promoted herself under the alias Chloe Carter. When the school board administrators got a hold of the footage, they called Samantha into the superintendent's office and placed her on paid administrative leave and told her she had to resign before October 31st or else.
On October 31st, I decided to resign from Lake Havasu Unified School District under pressure. However, I was not fired. The superintendent assured me that only her, the individual that was removed from my case, and my own family were aware of the situation and content, and told me that if I had resigned before the board meeting on Monday, October 31st, the school would not publicize what was going on.
Now, I'm assuming that if she didn't resign, she was going to get fired. And honestly, for what this bimbo and her moron husband, Dylan Peer, did, they deserved it. A few days after Samantha resigned, Dylan, her husband, he was fired from his position. He was classified as a long-term substitute teacher over a 4th grade class at Nautilus Elementary School. Samantha mostly taught 8th grade science at Thunderbolt Middle School. According to Samantha, she said that she restricted her OnlyFans account from people in Arizona, banning them from being able to access it. And I don't know, she's supposed to be a science teacher, but she's not that bright. So you know, when modern women act like morons, they always have to come up with excuses for people to feel sorry for them and turn into victims. Samantha was explaining why they did this, and she says the school didn't pay her enough money. She had to take on extra responsibilities at the school in order to earn extra stipends, and it was the only way that she could make ends meet without having to sacrifice more time away from her kids.
I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years. And within this time, although my experience and evaluation showed that I had become a master science specialist and teacher, my salary did not increase. In this time period, I had to continue picking up extra stipends in order to make ends meet, such as co-advisor to yearbook club, STEM club advisor. I was mentoring a group of 4 uncertified new teachers and was going to coach softball in the spring. It got to a point where our family was not able to survive on our 2 teacher incomes. My children are the most important thing to me, and I'm already spending countless hours outside of my contract time on extra school activities, and I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough.
And not only is she blaming this on not making enough money, Samantha is now blaming adults, saying that they're the ones who told the kids about the video.
The following Friday, November 4th, my husband was terminated from the elementary school because he is classified as a long-term sub and he has an at-will contract. The superintendent stated he can be let go for no reason at all. It wasn't until Sunday, November 6th, when I had not been a teacher for the school district for 6 days, that my social media used for advertising became viral. November 6th was the first day that previous students and community members began following my alias accounts. Other school teachers were notified of the site and they began to spread it amongst themselves. Those teachers also were telling students my anonymous name and showing them my page. This was also sent to the parents and they decided to do the same thing as well.
Sounds like Samantha is blaming the school board for not paying enough money. Then she's blaming the parents and other teachers for students getting access to it. And she was even blaming the kids, saying that they harassed her. It's like Samantha is blaming everybody except for Samantha and her husband who did this with her. She literally got online explaining herself, and you have all these media outlets writing articles, making the cause of the issue low pay. But I'm here to tell you, this is not a pay issue. This is an issue of a person with no morals and no character. An issue of a wife and a husband that's completely out of order. Now, I agree, teachers are not paid enough money. But get in line, Samantha. Most people who work jobs will say the same thing. Most of them will tell you that they're not getting paid enough money. So the answer is not to go film 304 content online for money. If you want to be a film star, Samantha, just say that.
Exactly.
You and your husband put yourselves online, breaking all kinds of code, and you're lucky that you only lost your job. You filmed on that school's property, and I don't care if the kids weren't there at the time, you are still out of order. They need to lock up both of these degenerates, and I hate to say I told you so, but I said this was going to happen. In my previous stories, on these thought pockets being allowed in schools, busting it for the whole football team, the art teacher posing for the pics in the classroom, I said one day they're going to try to film in the classroom, and this is what I was talking about. Listen, Samantha, if you can't seem to budget and live within your means, then I don't know what to tell you. There are teachers out there with no husband or second income, making $50,000 to $60,000 per year, and they're figuring out how to make it work. So put up your little violin. I'm not buying her response to all of this. Not once did she apologize for her behavior and her decisions. She just sat up there trying to make up excuses. I don't feel sorry for you. She kept saying the school district forced her to resign, or they put someone on her investigation that was hostile in the past. Cut it out, Samantha. I don't care who was over your investigation. The conclusion would be the same. It was you on the video, it was you on that desk, and you, ma'am, are out of order. Now, she said that the teachers gave the students her anonymous name, and if that's true, they're out of order too. Whoever did that, they should be punished for that. But Samantha, you can't just make up claims like that. You're going to have to cough up the proof that it was teachers who told the students and not the students who discovered the information themselves. They're in middle school. They all have phones or tablets. They're all on social media. So Samantha, where's the proof that it was a teacher who showed it to them? According to the administration, you had students sharing the images with each other, airdropping the footage to their classmates. And then Samantha said that the school board told her to resign and they wouldn't tell anybody. But after she resigned, the school notified the parents in a letter. I don't believe they even mentioned her name in the letter. But it looks like we have another short bus shawty over here. Samantha, they had to address the issue with the parents. Their kids got a hold to your video. Of course, the parents livid and they had every right to be. So the administrators had to not only address the situation, but they had to let them know that they actually did something about it. So cut out all the baby bot bimbo babble, trying to fish for a lawsuit. Like for real, she should be glad that they didn't file any charges against her or her husband. Samantha is not innocent, she's not being remorseful, and she's not being 100% honest either. The parents said that she was sharing these links on her social media accounts, which are public, where some of her students are following her. This woman is just absolutely disgusting, and I have no pity for her whatsoever. Now, Samantha, you and your husband, you two can go ahead and make all the videos you want now. Talking about she cares so much about her kids. If you cared about your kids, you wouldn't go around doing stuff like this that would embarrass them and your family, you and your husband. And I don't know what kind of husband she has that will go along with this nonsense. So I guess they definitely deserve each other. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Are you buying Samantha's sob story? Or do you believe even with all her excuses, she's still out of order? Shout out to our brother Dark Power as well as Jordan T. I appreciate you all for your support for the channel. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.